Hey folks, welcome back to MegaMek. This is episode 2 and I'm playing a multiplayer game against my friend Coffee. If you've not watched the past episode, you probably should, because otherwise none of this will make any sense. We're now on to round 5. We're in the initiative phase and I actually lost the initiative this turn. So let's get on. I'm going to be moving first. Coffee started nicely flanking me on this side and I'm kind of mimicking his tactics. Now, I want to keep him coming this direction. I think he probably will. Now, I've got a couple of options. I could kind of go for the center here. Yeah, so we could get the dragon moving this way. We're going to get a movement modifier, and then we're actually behind this hill. And we're kind of keeping in, we're keeping in an area where he's not going to be able to kind of get at us so easily. The Kintaro is actually in a position where he can kind of get around the back of us. The dragon moving this way probably could move this way here and then turn. I'll get a +3 modifier, and then we're really all in on this kind of flanking maneuver. I think what I'm going to do first is let's start getting the Atlas in now. I'm going to start moving him kind of close. I do still like the idea of him moving around the side though. Maybe if I get the Hunchback. If we move the Hunchback first, try and keep the Hunchback in this kind of. Only going to be one as well. It's going to move him in this way. Always keeping with the in the cover. And we've just got, I'm kind of just waiting now for waiting for something to exploit. Like look, here's another tactic we can go for. I can go for. I could potentially just charge in now and try to do as much damage as I can on one of his mechs. But once you're in engagement range in Battletech, you're kind of in, right? It's very difficult to turn around and run away because of rear armor. Rear armor's, really weak on most mechs. In fact, all mechs, pretty much. Your rear armor's poor. There's only really a few tanks that have got kind of like, quite strong rear armor, and even they can be disabled quite easily. Excuse me. So I could run in. Probably focus on one of the Kintaros or something. But then I'm engaged, right? And he's probably got more firepower than me, I'd say, with all the stuff that he's got. I didn't really pick stuff that, I picked the Atlas and the Hunchback that can back each other up when they're charging in. But the Jenna and the Dragon definitely want to be kind of getting into rear armor and flanking. So, yeah, I want to see how this dance goes for another couple of turns before we sort of charge into and close. Once we do close, though, we've got we've got some tools. I don't know how those Kintaros perform, in all honesty. Okay, the Orion's moved over this direction. Interesting. Let's get the Atlas. Yeah, I'm going to move up this way now. I think we're safe to kind of get into the center here because the Atlas can see him from there. That's interesting. He shouldn't be able. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Taro can actually see the Atlas on there. He's going to be 3 high. Okay, fair enough. I think still I'm going to get some movement modifiers. Like, actually, if he started shooting at the Atlas now, he's probably going to miss, I'd say, at this range. Depending on, unless he kind of runs in at me. I do want to keep the Atlas and the Hunchback together. The Hunchback is going to be acting as a bodyguard for the Atlas. So the Atlas is going to go in first. Guns blazing. And then, Kintaro's running around this way. All right, so part of the reason why I kept the Dragon on this side and moved these was because I wanted to kind of draw him down this way. So let's see if we can get the Jenna in on some rear armor. Yeah, we'd be able to hit here. He has got partial cover, though. Yeah, we're only getting 2. I feel that the Jenna's going to take too much firepower going like that. Even there's a little close for my liking. 14 is going to put the Trebuchet into. Let me see. Yeah, it's medium range. Yeah. Let's just figure this out. I don't want to dance around him forever, because it's not very exciting. But let's see where we can get him to go. I wonder if he's going to try and go around this side. I think what I'm going to do is at this point is the Kintaro can move quite quick, so you shouldn't be taking that into account when you're considering is something going to be out of position, because Kintaros can move quite fast. The Orion's slower, still relatively quick. I mean, for a heavy mech, it's about normal, I'd say. So yeah, let's get. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move the dragon. We'll keep the dragon in sort of engagement range, but then we're going to start moving in. And if I can move in and take the trebuchet out, that would be fun. The trebuchet's not got great armor. I think out of everything that it's got, it's going to. I mean, 3 medium lasers. It can fight. It can hit back. It's got some bite, but it's going to be. Oh, he's moving it right over there. Look, he's really keeping out. He's really playing cautiously too. Okay. Let's move the dragon up here. Keep it. I do think that we're. I do think we're still going to be getting some. Oh no, we're not getting any cover from that Orion now. That's interesting. Okay, dragon's going to be taking some shots, but I might be able to get something in on this Kintaro, or we can plink away at the Orion. Yeah, I think next what we're going to do is we're going to run in. We're going to make use of some of this terrain up here, and then we're going to get into this terrain, and perhaps I can get the Atlas in. He's going to be having his legs guarded, and then we're just going to start shooting away at stuff, and then he's going to enjoy trying to assault an Atlas in a sort of an entrenched position. I like what he's trying to do, which is he's trying to zone me out. He's trying to kind of like keep at range. I do think he probably could be trying to get into range and fire a little bit more. That said, he could also say the same thing about me, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll get the dragon facing this way. 10s to hit on the medium laser. We've got 8s to hit. Yeah, 8s to hit on the Kintaro with the AC5, and then we've got the LRM. We're inside the minimum range there. Still, mind you, it's easier to hit there than it is the Orion. So let's just gonna shoot with everything we got apart from the rear laser there. I think this is going to be out of range. Yeah, distance 12. Yeah, medium lasers 9. Excuse me. The long range is 9 maximum on the medium laser. Sorry, folks. I've still got the last vestiges of a cold. So I'm just trying to get it all out. Not something that you guys really want to know. But if you hear my mic going off and on, that's basically I'm just kind of coughing behind the scenes. Okay, normally I wouldn't kind of put out content while I'm still feeling bad, but other than this annoying little cough, I feel kind of better. It's just one of these things. Okay, Hunchback, Jenna, Atlas. Atlas can see everything now. I think we're going to focus on this thing. Let's get the LRM-20s. Yeah, we're going to be shooting the LRM-20, this Kintaro. That's all we're in range for with the Atlas, so let's just go for that. Next round, though, I'm actually going to close. I think what he'll probably try and do is keep moving down this way, I think. But you see, I feel like now we've got an interesting situation where I've now started to take the high ground. And Star Wars memes aside, the high ground is useful because it gives us a vantage point. Now, also, he can shoot at us, and we are more exposed when we're up. However, he's going to be able to take advantage. Assuming he carries on doing what he's doing, he's going to be able to take advantage of the terrain. But I'm going to be able to close him down now because I'm going to be able to start moving into the center. The Hunchback's completely out of range, so let's just click done here. Really, what I want to do now is kind of moving towards the center and start engaging him, and then I think what I'll do is, depending on how he reacts, like if he like what he really wants to do now is probably come in and also engage in the center and trying to we're going to jostle position in the center, start picking targets. If he carries on kind of skirting around the edge, which is a viable tactic, he's got to make use of the trebuchet wants to be firing now. He wants to get into range with the trebuchet, start shooting away with the LRMs, shoot with the LRMs on the Orion too. Again, it's out of range. Okay, weapon fire. Dragon missed with everything. The Orion hit the Dragon with the LRM-15, and now look, here we go. This is where this narrow low profile comes into account. Got a glancing blow, and he hit with 9 missiles. That's still a lot of missiles to hit on the Dragon. 5 damage on the left arm and 4 damage on the right leg. He missed with the AC-10. Atlas missed. The Kintaro hit the Dragon with the LRM-5. 3 missiles hit. Again, partial cover. 3 damage on the left torso. And everything else missed. So, the opening salvos really. This is kind of like the first time that we've really had any significant damage in the game. Dragon can take that. Now the Kintaro on this side, look, is actually pushed the heat up. This is Kintaro KTO 18 number 1, and he's won the initiative again. So that's unfortunate, but it means that I kind of have to play my hand a little bit more early than I would before. I think the Dragon now kind of is in a position where he kind of wants to move around. So, why are you saying that? Move the Atlas in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start taking this position up here now. I'd rather the Atlas start taking fire than the Dragon, to be honest. But saying that, I mean, obviously the Atlas can take some punishment. I can do without the Dragon. Like if I lose the Dragon, it's not game over. I can still win. Whereas if I lose the Atlas, I think that against this kind of firepower, it's going to be difficult. So I don't mind him shooting. I'm happy for him to keep shooting at the Dragon if that's what he wants to do. We do need to move now so that with that left arm, mind you, left arm is low. What's on the left arm again? I think it's the. Have a look at the. Oh, the left arm's the medium laser. So, oops. So yeah, if he loses the left arm, it's not really the end of the world, to be honest. Okay, you actually moved that trebuchet into position. But did he jump? No, he ran. I wonder if he's forgotten that he's got a jump jet on that thing. Yeah, let's get the Hunchback moving this direction. So what we want to be able to do now is, like I say, kind of like loiter around the high ground and start getting shots off and just kind of force him to engage now. If I can, it would be really, really good if we could get, say for example, if we can get these guys around this way, the Jenna and the Dragon, and we can maybe like engage the trebuchet and just kind of keep that thing distracted. Because I think the Atlas and the Hunchback together can take down most of these things. The Orion is pretty strong, and it's going to, again, if he plays this right, these are enough to to win. But I just think that he's got to pick his targets well, and I've got to make use of these kind of faster moving elements in order to keep his firepower off me. Katara is still going that way. That's interesting. Can the Atlas shoot him there? Got partial cover, but I might be able to get rear armor in on him here. Okay, here's a nice move, look. So we're still keeping behind the cover. I don't think he's going to be able to hit me there. Okay, he can with that. Still got partial cover. Partial cover. And we've moved 2 as well. So we've got the movement modifier of 2. So Dragon's going to be able to get some shots off. Yeah, so you can see here the trebuchet can actually hit 2, but also he's still going through his partial cover. Where's he moving with the Orion? If he starts moving down this way, I know that he's kind of trying to keep to this terrain. Okay, he's gone that way with the Kintaro this time. I think I'm going to move him with the Jenna a little bit closer now. That might be a bit too close. We are getting up, we are in cover though. I think pretty much everything will be. Oh no, the trebuchet won't. I think. Yeah, trebuchet's on. Yeah, interesting. Because I could try to move up this direction and then kind of try and get behind the trebuchet, but here I'm also in cover. Maybe I'll do this. The Jenna can always jump as well. That's the other thing about the Jenna. It's got a jump jet. Yeah, I expect that Kintaro is going to rotate towards this direction, but if that he's going to be, I think this is going to be my target this turn. Yeah, he's moving around. Like, okay, so he's kind of missing what's going on now, I think, because I'm now able to take the high ground, and I'm hoping that this is going to give me an advantage. Interesting that he's left the trebuchet floating up this direction. We could potentially get the, as planned, get the dragon and the Jenna in and engage the trebuchet. That will force him to kind of come in. The only thing is that then I'm facing 3 mechs against 2, and these are these are pretty strong mechs. These are pretty strong mechs. Okay, 12's hit on the AC 10. 10's with the AC 5. LRM 10 is, oh, it's 9 on the trebuchet. I'm going to go for the Kintaro though, because I think that's what I'm going to be shooting at. Good thing about the dragon is you can fire all its weapons apart from the rear laser every round and run, and it doesn't build up any heat. So that's the dragon's an interesting. It's an interesting mech because, again, as you look at its weapon loadout, it looks a little bit underwhelming, but it performs way better than it does if you kind of only give it a surface glance. Like, I think if you actually look at it carefully and think about, especially when it comes to this fact that you can fire all these 3 weapons every round, and it can move fast at the same time, and it's got decent armor, and it's got the this kind of narrow low profile, which makes it really hard to kill. It's kind of an annoying thing to fight against, and I can kind of see why Coffee gets upset with it. He doesn't get upset, by the way. He's a really chill guy, but he's just kind of like, kind of comedy shaking his fist at it, like, oh, that dragon. He's a very, very chilled out guy. I like playing games with people like this because he likes to think about what's going on. We can have a good chat about the analysis. And we can kind of like go over our mistakes and how it worked. I actually played a game of Field of Glory 2 with Daz Tactic, and we never ended up uploading it because we didn't end up finishing it. I think Daz got really busy with work, so we didn't end up getting around to finishing that game. Kind of a shame, but the way that we played that was really interesting too. We were both recording it at the same time. Hold on a minute. Let me just see what we. Yeah, there you can see everything now. So I don't need to do any spying. So yeah, we were both kind of like chatting to each other as we were playing, and Daz could see me making my moves, and I could see him making his, and we were just talking about the strategy as we were playing. So rather than it being kind of like a serious competitive thing, it was more that we were kind of showing the game off and helping each other. Well, he was helping me, but kind of like talking about the moves that we were making, and I really like that kind of gameplay. It's kind of like a showcase, and yeah, I think we've got that. We said we're going to do that again at some point and just kind of play a game right through. but it's just getting time to do it. You know, like Daz is in Australia and I'm in the UK, so finding the time's not always that easy. Okay, Jenna can actually shoot now, so let's get some shots off. See if we can hit with something. I don't want to push the heat though, so I'm just going to shoot with a couple. I'll just shoot with the left with a couple here. Maybe I don't mind having one extra heat, maybe. No, I'm not going to do that. I think because I might need to jump away next turn, so let's just get two. Heat management, something that I'm really learning. Okay, so he's shooting with the Kintaro and the Orion at this dragon. Again, that's really what I really want them to be shooting at that. I don't want him to kill it. He's flying at LRM-15 with the Orion and LRM-15 with LRM-5 with the Kintaro. So yeah, this is an interesting trade. Like I'm gonna be going for this Kintaro here. He's gonna be going for the dragon. Like I told you, this guy likes shooting at this thing. Maybe that's his best. It might just be his best option at this point. Okay. So 10s to hit, 11s to hit on the Trebuchet, 10s on the Orion, on the Kintaro. I think I'm going to go into this Kintaro here. We're just out of range with everything else. Sorry, guys. Let me just get back to this LRM-20. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, next round I'm going to be able to get into the center. Probably going to be able to get into the center with the Atlas, and then we can start putting the hurt on him. Okay, Dragon missed with the LRM-10, but it hit with the AC-5. 5 damage to the left leg. Okay, I'm pleased with that. Everything else missed. Yeah, he's needing 12s, 10s, and we're all needing 10s and 12s. So the Atlas has been a bit underwhelming with this LRM-20 this game. Kintaro's heat's dropping down to sort of manageable levels now. I've lost the initiative again. That's unfortunate. I had good luck at the start of the game, and now I'm starting to have some less good luck. Why is my battle value low? Not quite sure what that is. Okay. If I run him into here, what am I going to be able to see? Probably everything. Yeah, let's get the Hunchback moving in this way. Which means he's not going to want to get anywhere close to this AC-20, and I've got some protection on this side. Hunchback's relatively chunky on its center armor, so it can take some punishment, generally speaking. I don't like to get hit, but if anything's going to get hit, I don't mind a Hunchback taking a few shots on the front. Doesn't want to take too much damage, particularly before it's delivered its payload. But yeah, I think this guy going around this way now might persuade him to kind of not run directly at him. If he runs at the Hunchback, that's okay. The Atlas can turn, and we can start picking a target and just going for it. Hunchback's job is to guard the Atlas's rear armor. Really, that's really what I want him to be doing. Problem is the Hunchback again. Now we're getting into that kind of range. Yeah, like right. So he's moving in with the Orion here. So this is a good opportunity for me to kind of show my hand now. See if we can. Okay, he's got partial cover there, but let's do it anyway. Going to move in with the Atlas. And we're going to be like, right, okay, now it's time to engage. Okay, so you're going to bring your Orion in. I'm going to bring my Atlas in. The Kintaros, they're going to have to back up this Orion. He's playing bodyguard mech here. Look, at least he is at the moment. I'll be interested to see where he moves next. I like what he's doing here with his trebuchet. He's leaving me an interesting choice, right? Do I split a mech off to engage, or do I allow him to stay at that range, shooting away with the LRM-15s in a play, and then that's a good position for him. I mean, I could disengage with these guys potentially, and then and get in there and kill the trebuchet. A Jenner and a dragon should be able to kill a trebuchet, but then we're kind of prolonging the game. We can threaten that, look. Like this. So we can threaten going this way. I still don't want to face an Orion and 2 Kintaros with an Atlas and a Hunchback. I think that's a lot of firepower, and any one of these things are going to be able to withstand a few rounds of fire from these, unless I get lucky. I mean, if we, like for example, if we hit a Kintaro with 2 AC-20s, then it's going to go down. It's going to go down. But at the same time, if we blow its arms off, and then it's still got a bunch of, I can't remember how the Kintaro is built now. Have a look at that thing. Oh, it's moved on now, so I'll check again in a minute. Okay, he's turning here with the Kintaro, look. I think I'm gonna get the Jenner into range so we can shoot. Atlas can shoot with that. Get the Kintaro here. Yes, he can. Interesting. Okay. Now again, I don't want the Jenner. I really don't want the Jenner to die, because I value it as a really, really good mech. At the same time, I don't want it just to not do anything either. I think that would be suicidal to get it that close. Same with the Trebuchet. Trebuchet's got 3 medium lasers. It's pretty nasty. Jenner won't take three medium lasers if they all hit. Now he's not moved that yet. This is where I really needed to win the initiative. Yeah, I don't. What I could do is I could potentially take some of the heat off some of these guys by running the Jenner in, and they shoot at the Jenner and hopefully miss. The problem is the Jenner does, if it does get hit, it goes down, right? So I can force him to kind of go for it. So I don't like the idea of those SRM6s though. I'll be honest with you. So maybe I'm gonna threaten going for the trebuchet here, and we'll see what he does. If I was him now, I'd probably pick on the Hunchback, see if I can go for the Hunchback. Hunchy's going to struggle to get out of there now, but in withdrawing, I could then move the Atlas in. So the Dragon's still close enough that it can kind of get involved, and I don't mind tying up a trebuchet with a Jenner. That's the Jenner's more scary, I'd say, than in that model of the trebuchet. I think that especially if the Jenner keeps moving, I don't think the trebuchet is. I mean, lucky. I don't know. Lucky shots, I guess. All right, my turn to shoot. So I think we're gonna focus on this Kintaro here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go focus on the Kintaro. So 11s to hit with the medium laser, 9s on the AC5, and then we've got 7s to hit with the LRM-10. I think if I can take one of these Kintaros down, then I've got a really good shot at winning the game, I'd say. If we can, like, let's say I can knock this Kintaro down and put him down for a turn or two, just so that it's kind of even temporarily, damaged. I can then focus on something like, the other Kintaro or the Orion, do some decent damage to it, and then, that would be a nice psychological victory for the early game, I'd say. Coffee's saying, I don't want to go after that dragon. It just happens to get all the heat. Yeah, I think that's partly what it is. Like I put this thing in harm's way. You can't really ignore it because it's got enough firepower that it can, it can do some damage. But at the same time, it doesn't really want to be getting too close at the start of the game. But he is going for the dragon again. Look, so yeah, I mean he's sort of aware that I've got this kind of tactic with it now. All right, Hunchback is going to go for the Kintaro. So let's no, he's okay like that. So let's shoot 2 medium lasers, and we're going to go for the AC-20. You only get 10 shots with the AC-20, but I might just go with 1 medium laser in the AC-20 there, so we're not pushing the heat too much. Like what are we looking at here? AC-20 needs an 11, so it's unlikely to hit, but still, as soon as the AC-20 starts shooting, you're going to take notice. And if I do get a lucky shot and I hit with that, if I land a hit with the AC-20, that it's going to hurt, right? It'll blow an arm off, it'll blow a leg off. Get a lucky hit on the head, it's game over, So we'll see what happens. The Atlas is also going to be probably shooting. I don't know if I don't think we're in range. Oh yeah, we are in range of the AC-20 with the Atlas too. Although I think we've probably moved a bit too far. Oh no, he ran, so it's still the -2 modifier. Now we're in range for the Atlas to really start showing what it can do, especially while it's it's kind of sat here behind cover. And what Coffee's thinking here. Okay, he's going for the Atlas with the Orion. LRM 15 and the AC 10. Okay. So we've got a choice, right? We can go for this Kintaro, and we can actually hit 9s on that. It's 10s on the Orion. So yeah, let's go for this Kintaro here. I'm spreading my fire out a little bit. I shouldn't really do that, but I'm more bothered about hitting at this point. Like I really want to do some damage now, so shoot with the LRM 20. I definitely want to shoot with the AC 20, and then heat's getting a bit high there. But we'll leave the SRMs for the time being. Yeah, I think I like the attack odds of shooting at the Kintaro a bit better. Yeah, he's needing 10s, and we've got partial cover, right? But we've got slightly better hit odds with this Atlas here. Sorry. Yeah, so we need 11s, but we only need 9 on the LRM 20. LRM 20 can do a lot of damage as well. Anyway. So Kintaro, sorry, Coffee. Coffee's got he's got just to make the move now with the Kintaro and with the Trebuchet. Looks like the Kintaro is also firing at the Atlas. Let's see what it's shooting with. Firing the SRM6, medium laser, and the LRM5. Okay, so everything it's got. And we're going to go with we're going to shoot the Trebuchet here with the Jenna. I'm not going to push the heat because it's only 12s to hit. Yeah, let's just... What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get close range. I'm going to get close up to that Trebuchet. I might actually... what I could do is I could swing the dragon round, and then we could actually momentarily pick on the Trebuchet. The other thing that we could do is I could run around the back of this one here, of the Kintaro, and then we're threatening 4 on 3. Although that will leave the Trebuchet then to kind of run in and do whatever it wants to do. So yeah, interesting choices here. This is by far the best game that I've played so far with multiplayer. Okay, so the dragon missed everything. Firing at the Kintaro. Kintaro shot at the Hunchback. Oh, sorry, the Kintaro shot at the dragon missed. The Hunchback missed with the LRM, but hit with the AC-20. Blew the left arm off. Look, so yeah. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't blow the left arm completely off. It hit the left arm. It's got 7 internal structure remaining. We've got a critical hit on the SRM6. That was a good shot. Awesome. That's what I like to see. The Orion missed the Atlas with everything. And, oh, look at this again. We missed with everything apart from the AC-20, and the AC-20 hit the Kintaro in the right arm. Wow. Okay. The Kintaro hit the Atlas, 4 missiles with the SRM-6, and yeah, just a smattering of damage. It missed some of it because the right leg was behind cover, so we took 6 damage. That's nothing really. Everything else missed. Jenna missed as well, and the Trebuchet missed. Okay, so the Kintaro took 20 plus damage, and it stood up. So we hit with 2 AC-20s. We missed with everything else. That was quite bizarre. He's saying 11. Yeah, I managed to get 2 11s. Okay, so we are now into the heat phase of round 7. No one really pushed the heat, apart from me a little bit. And I won the initiative this turn. That's good. Okay. That is good to see. This is exactly where I wanted to get the initiative as well. Okay. So Coffee's going to have to move first. Coffee saying that was a pivotal moment. Yeah, I mean, not in the terms of damage that was done. We didn't. I mean, look, those Kintaros. We did do some decent damage to them, but it was not critical damage, right? This one's actually right arm and right leg, left leg though. Like, so this one, I think if we focus this one down, it's lost one of its SRM-6s. Look. Okay, he's running away with that one. Interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, now we can. Now he's like, okay, I'm running away with this. What do we do with that? What do we do with that? What do you reckon? Yeah, I don't know where that guy's going to move yet. Sorry, guys. Let me just distance 5 and medium lasers. It's going to want, yeah. So I don't really want to take a lot of damage on it by, you know, I don't really want to get hit by a Trebuchet with the Jenna, to be honest. And moving in this way means it's going to be a bit awkward getting out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think if I move here, I'm going to force the Trebuchet out into the. Let's see if we can force him to move. If we can force him to show rear armor, that would be good because we can exploit that with the dragon. Now right. So this guy is now somewhat isolated, and there's nothing to stop us kind of pivoting and moving in on the Trebuchet. However, I don't think that that's a good idea in this case. The Orion's a deadly opponent, and even the Atlas is going to, got to be careful of it. So I think what we need to do is probably move in now and try to. I'm going to leave that Kintaro. If he wants to run away with it, that's fine. It's no use. It's going to do no damage to me like there. Like, it's just out of range. The LRM-5's I'm not worried about. So what we could do is we could move in with the Hunchback and the Atlas and pick on one of these guys now. If I can get him to, if I can force him to react to this Jenna being behind him, I mean, he might just completely ignore it, but that would be stupid because the Jenna has got, a lot of firepower, especially if you push the heat. An Alpha Strike from a Jenna, if you get lucky with it, it's going to take a Trebuchet down. So I think that he's got to react to that. Yeah, I thought he would. Okay, right. He's reacted to that. That's good. Trebuchet is now kind of in a position where I can do something to it. Now, what do I do though? I mean, I could run here, for example. Okay, that's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to hit him from there. Again, we've got the intervening light woods. This is a nice move though because it threatens the Kintaro as well, and also starting to get down to the rear of the thing. And I don't mind if he shoots at the dragon. Like, if he shows me his left leg. Oh, it was the same Kintaro that took those 2 ACs. Oh, okay. I thought it was I thought this one took one as well. Yeah, maybe I could threaten. I don't want to move there because I'm going to block myself off. Yeah, maybe I'll move up here and I threaten this trebuchet. And then we're still keeping kind of out of range of the Kintaro, because like Kintaro is kind of, like I say, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary if it gets close. Now, if he wants to threaten this dragon here, he's going to have to move up, which means that I can exploit that with the Hunchback and the Atlas. We could move towards this Orion and maybe try and take the Orion out quick. You're not going to take an Orion out quick, but if I get some better dice rolls with the rest of my weapons, you know, Hunchback and an Atlas together can take down an Orion fairly easily. So yeah, let's see what happens. That's a nail-biting game already. Yeah, Coffee said that was a pivotal moment, and I think he's quite right. Oh, he's moved back with the Kintaro, look. So he's kind of falling back. That's interesting. I kind of want to run at the Orion now. I'm really, really tempted just to run at the Orion. We are in range. We're not in range of the medium lasers. That's the only thing. Can't quite get down off this hill. So we're going to spend a turn where we're kind of exposed up on this hill, but the Orion can take it. Let's start moving towards this. Sorry, the Atlas can take it. Let's start moving towards this Orion. I'm going to force him to move. He's actually split, like he's split his forces up quite. Yeah, he's running away now. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. So like now, he's going to have to turn and face us. Going to turn and face us this way, which means even the dragon, the Atlas, and the Hunchback can all shoot at this Orion now. I think that Kintaro's he's going to have to turn it around and start shooting. He's going to have to bring it back in. So okay, let's get the Atlas, everything we got on the Orion. I want the LRM 20. It's going to, yeah, I mean, could do. Definitely want the AC 20. Those can't shoot, so LRM 20 has got more potential damage maybe. What's the average damage for an SRM 6 is 6, right? The average damage for an LRM 20 is 10 if it hits. And we're going to hit more with the LRM. Also, you know, the LRM, we want to use it while we can. Now I could push the heat, but I don't want to, I don't think. So let's just buy what we've got with the Atlas. We'll leave the SRMs for when we're crit fishing later, once we've stripped some armor away. But if we can get a decent, if the Atlas and the Hunchback now can get some good damage in on the Orion, I'll feel, you know, a little bit more confident. When I decided to play the Atlas, I was a little bit like, right, I've won a string of games against this guy, and I don't want to, you know. He's getting better every time he plays, basically, but I don't want to just, you know, hammer him. And there's been a couple of games that I played where I beat him quite convincingly, but he's definitely getting better. But then I thought, well, you know what, I'd like to try the Atlas because I saw some of the mistakes that Coffee made with it last time, and I was like, it's actually quite challenging to use if you're playing against someone who knows how to kind of fight against it, right? Because it gets focused down, people stay out of its range. I don't think he's got the best build to really take on, like, these Kintaros have got to get close. So really what you wanted to do is turn, if I was him at this point now, I would try and run in on something. I'd turn the Atlas round, go for the Hunchback or the Atlas. I'd do the same with the Kintaros, and I'd try to, you know, focus in on kill something, because it's kind of got to that point where he's got to pick something now. Okay, here we go. The medium lasers. Yeah, average damage on the SRM is 4, so let's just go with the medium lasers for now. On the trebuchet, he's firing the trebuchet, he's firing everything he's got. It's going to be harder for him to hit me. Let's see what he's rolling. All right, he needs 9s, I need 7s. Yeah, the trebuchet's got, like, you know, Jenna does not want to get hit. Next turn, we've got to run or jump out there, I think. I don't want to, because he's going to shoot, he's going to hit me with something in all likelihood. Taro's firing at the Atlas as well. He's just firing with the LRM. Yeah, I've managed to zone him out a little bit to the point here where he's kind of out of range of his weaponry. I think that I'd say what I'm going to say to this player, if we, after we finish, no matter who wins, is he probably needs to make sure he's staying in range, more than he's keeping his within weapon range and shooting all the time, basically. Because I've noticed that that's something he kind of does. He doesn't really, he sometimes is a little bit too cautious about getting into range. And I think that can be a bit of a problem. Let's fire at what do I want to fire at? Probably the Orion, I'd say. The alternative is shooting at the trebuchet from behind. With 9s and 10s to hit. I'm not bothered about the trebuchet. I'd like to take the Orion down, though. So I think I'm going to shoot with that one. Yeah, so focusing on the Orion here. My other option would have been to shoot the trebuchet, but he is behind cover. So I think it would have been harder to hit him, even though we're a shorter range. I mean, that would have been one option, right? To try and take the trebuchet down, and then these guys can come in, and then I think he's really got to start engaging with his Kintaros. Otherwise, he's going to be in some trouble. Yeah, and I think my last move will be to just unleash with the Hunchback on the Orion as well. If we can get the heavy late, I think I'm going to push the heat here too with the Orion. Let's see if we can do some damage. Okay, Trebuchet missed at the Jenna, unlucky, and the Atlas completely missed with the Orion as well. Kintaro missed. The Jenna hit with 3 medium lasers, so 15 damage on that Trebuchet. Orion at the Atlas hit with the LRM 15, 9 missiles hit, so stripping away some armor. We can take that. Dragon missed. Oh, what a bad round, man. I'm saying, what a rough round for firing. I've really pushed the heat there too. That's a shame. I was really hoping to do some damage to that Orion. This changes everything, because he's now going to be able to kind of bring those Kintaros back into the game. I'm gonna have to end the episode after this round, I think, because I've got to go to work in a bit, so I'm gonna get myself ready for working. I'll probably be thinking about Battletech while I'm pushing a vacuum cleaner around. Yes, so I don't know which of you, any of you, are remotely interested in my, what I do in my personal life, but after I finished at uni, I was like, right, I really don't want to do any programming for a bit. I can't be bothered with it. I was like, university's just killed all desire that I've got to do anything remotely kind of academic for a while. So I was just like, right, I need a job. So I got myself like a little cleaning job just around the corner. I can't keep it up for too long because I don't really make much money, but it's really nice because it enables me to spend time doing things like YouTube and working on my writing career as well. So I've got this like job where I just kind of like, push a vacuum cleaner around an office after everyone else is gone. And it's just great because it just gives me all the time I need to think about stuff, and I love it. But it's kind of got to the point now where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can't like, I've got qualifications now. I probably shouldn't be doing cleaning job. But it's actually really good fun because it's like, you just get to sort of do a menial job and just think about things, and I really like it. It's just kind of really sort of chilled out, and all the people I work with are really nice as well. What we're going to do here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this Jenna out of here now, because Jenna got a decent hit in, but I think it needs to we need to get it back into, that's a good move for it. So I'm going to keep the Jenna moving. It's going to move back into the sort of center where it can start threatening some of this other stuff. I'm really disappointed at how badly I performed that round. I think if I could have knocked that Orion down, or at least done some damage to it, we had a big advantage. I think the advantage that I've got now is gone. It just depends on how Coffee plays this, but if he turns around now and moves everything in towards the Hunchback and the Atlas, I'm going to have to deal with them. He is a little bit isolated, like on this side and on this side, but like now it's me that's looking like it's going to be outflanked. So I've really got to start picking my targets. We're into that kind of combat range where it's very, very difficult to get out of it now. You've got to kind of, like, for example, it's not too late with the Atlas and the Hunchback. We could potentially start running down this direction if we wanted, and to try to round him back up again. He's still staying out. Look, this is what I mean. He's still kind of staying out of range here. He might be able to hit the. Can you hit the Hunchback there? No. No. So he's out of range of the Hunchback. All right. He's done me a favour. He's done me a favour. Yeah, let's get the dragon moving in close here. See if I can force him to move around the back of me. We are guarding the dragon's rear here with this, with the Jenner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge in. I'm going to charge in and try and take this Orion down. I think the other option would be to kind of, if depending on where he goes with the Orion, we could then move down this way and isolate this Kintaro. And this is the damage one. This one's going to go down kind of quick. I don't think the Hunchback's going to be able to get that close, and he's also going to be sort of. Okay, he's run up to the Jenner. That's interesting. That's an interesting choice. He's going to try and attack. He's going to try and punch the Jenner. Well, the Jenner's got 3. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Interesting choice. I mean, like he's going to unload with a lot of weapons. So we've got an option here. We could go for the Kintaro, or we could try to go for the Orion here. I think I'm going to move up this way and try to take on the Orion. Let's get the Orion. We'll get the Atlas in close, and head to head, the Atlas. So the Orion isn't going to face up to the Atlas unless he gets really, really lucky. But I think the Atlas has got the. It's just got the weight. It's got the armor. It's got the weaponry. The Orion's going to go down face with an Atlas. I think, especially backed up with the Hunchback too. So what we're gonna do now is try and move up this way. Hopefully we don't lose the dragon. The Jenner. That was a good move on his part. He's going to be able to get like a whole lot of firepower off at the Jenner. But Hunchy, yeah, it's a shame we lost that. Let's get the Hunchback up this way. Right, I'm just going to close that again. Okay, he's within firing range of the Hunchback if I move him there. So if I move, let's move the Hunchback up. He's going to have to move that Orion. Where's he going to go though? He can't go that far this way because he's got all these trees. So he's probably not moving far. He might try and run past the Atlas up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. He might move close to the Atlas, but the Atlas is going to absolutely pound him if he does that. I mean, the Atlas can punch away. He can just keep punching. And then, you know, he's within AC 20 range of the Hunchback as well. Like, as long as I don't have a round of bad dice rolls like I did last round, then, you know, I might be able to kind of pull something off here. Trebuchet's moved into position 2. Looking like he's going to try and go for the dragon here. I think the dragon's we're going to have to probably pick who to turn rear armor to. Now the dragon did move. Yeah, he's got a movement modifier too. The Trebuchet moved. I wonder if we can turn and shoot the Trebuchet. Mind you, we might be within minimum range of the. Let's have a look. AC5. Okay, we're within short range of the AC5. Alternative, yeah, we can't hit that, so we could try and shoot into the back of the rear of that, or we could go for the Trebuchet. I think we're going to go for the Trebuchet. Now we are turning rear armor in on that Orion. Okay, first we find with the Atlas at the back into this Orion. Yeah, this is a dangerous position for this Orion now. Yeah, especially since the Hunchback's within range. I'm not within short range of the AC20. That was a shame. He's just moved just out of short range of the AC20. So what was I can't remember what the AC20 needed to hit there. It needs 9s, which, you know, we can do that. We hit with 11s, so. let's see how this one goes. Yeah, it's this. It's the Kintaro firing point blank at the Jenna that's a bit scary. Yeah, this is where this Kintaro is going to be really, scary. I think this guy likes to push the heat really hard. Sometimes he even forgets about it. Like he actually lost. I think it was an Orion. I think it was an Orion he was using or something like that. He actually overheated and his ammo blew and he lost it. But I don't think he'll make that mistake a second time. Now we are close to this. Yeah, I think we're going to go for the. Oh, we can actually fire the rear armor as well. Yeah, I think we're going to do that actually. Fire the rear armor at the Orion with the dragon. Yeah, the dragons. These two are in a bad position here. He played that quite well, moving that Kintaro up and the Trebuchet into the position he's in. That was really nicely played. But he's risking his Orion, and even if we lose these, which is not good. But it's going to make the initiative a nightmare. But if I trade the Orion for these two, I can still win. I think. I've got a fair chance. As you can see, the game speeds up a little bit once you start getting into close range. Okay, let's just go. We're going to go unload point blank. It was. Let me just go back again to see what we were doing here. Sorry. So it's 8s to hit with everything. So yeah, I'm going to push the heat on this one with the Geno. In fact, I might just. Oh no. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I'm hoping we don't lose this. He's going to fire everything. Look. Let's just see what he's actually shot with. Yeah, he's firing with pretty much everything. Just one medium laser off. So he's going to. I think this is probably going to be heated out for the next turn, pretty much, as my General will be as well if it survives. We are relying. Yeah, what's he needing to hit? He needs 9s. Yeah, I'm not very confident about this one. It looks like the Kintaro is firing into the back of the into the side of the Atlas, and the Hunchback's going for the Orion. So let's see how this goes. He's just got to pick the target for the Orion now. I reckon he's probably going to go for the Dragon. Might go for the Jenna. But if he turns towards the Dragon, right, I'm going to be getting rear armor with the Atlas, and that's I could kill him in one shot if I get a lucky roll. The suspense is killing me. And all it would take, right, would be just to maybe just spend one turn and turn around and shoot this Kintaro behind us. Okay. Oh, the Atlas missed everything again. This guy is a. Oh, dang it. The Kintaro fired at the Jenna. 4 missiles hit, and it hit within the medium laser. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. So, but at least he hit with something. The Dragon hit the Trebuchet. Critical hit on the left arm. No effect. Trebuchet fired at the Dragon. Hit the right arm. Jenna missed everything. God, that was another terrible round for me. Kintaro missed the Atlas. The Hunchback hit though. Hunchback shot the Atlas in the back. The Orion in the back, sorry. Oh, we hit the head with the medium laser. And then the AC-20 hit as well into the rear armor. We've destroyed the rear armor and it's got a critical hit on the gyro. Right, that is great. Okay, so that wasn't a complete like dead loss. And the Orion's fallen. Okay, and the pilot took another hit. So yeah, the pilot's actually quite wounded now as well. Okay, folks, I'm actually going to have to end that here because yeah, I've got to get ready for work. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. We've kind of gotten into. Oh, hang on, sorry. We still got a physical attack round. Let's do it. So the Jenna's gonna try to kick. Do I want to do this? If I fail, I might fall over. I think I will. So we're gonna kick the Kintaro with the Jenna. It's really dangerous doing that, by the way. But I was lucky. So we managed to kick it, and we did 7 damage to the right leg, and the Kintaro missed, and but he didn't fall over. Okay. So the Kintaro's got 10 heat. Everyone else is kind of like, you know, moving into the heat, but not too bad. Jenna's got a lot of heat. All right, folks, that really is the end of the episode. So I shall catch you next time. Hope you're enjoying the game. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like this kind of content? Do you like multiplayer content? Because I really do. I like playing it anyway. So, yeah, I will see you in episode 3, and we'll probably finish this game off. Take care.